The Whangamatas Annual Beach Hop is in its 13th year, and by all accounts it was one of the more successful years. This was evident by the sheer number of people who were attending and vehicles that were lining the streets. You could almost be excused for thinking that you were actually in Auckland and not the relaxed beach community of Whangamatas. This was made more believable when we asked where people were from.
They all come down from Auckland, yeah.
Auckland.
City of Sales, Auckland.
Fantastic. Are you here for the weekend?
Yep. Yeah, come down for the rock and roll, the cars, and just enjoy Whangamatas for the weekend.
We do it every year. Just a theme for the Hibiscus Coast Rock and Roll Club.
We're from Auckland, all of us here.
From Howick.
Howick. Yeah.
Nice.
We come to the beach hop every year, it's awesome. Just seeing all the different cars and, all the old cars and the personalities that go with them.
The parade started with a good old rock and roll dance.
We've been doing it for 5 years. Some of them have been doing it for 20 years and some of them are just beginners.
Dressing up in costume was a must for the rock and roll teams, but you had to question some of the colour and styling decisions.
'55 Ford Mark 1 Zephyr.
Did you guys restore it?
Yes, and we enjoy driving it and the beach hop rock.
As we moved around the crowds, you were directed or helped by one of the many obvious volunteers who were committed to making the beach hop a success. And from talking to Noddy, the organiser, they were all just good old everyday people.
The logistics are huge. None of us are professionals. We've just got other lives and jobs and stuff like that. We're just a bunch of good community people that work together, and haven't got event management degrees or nothing. We just give it our best to make it the best festival we can.
The event continues to grow, and Noddy is encouraged by the volunteer support he gets.
There's over 200 pink shirts today, yeah. That's incredible.
And they've all come out of Whangamatas, or?
Yeah, I'd probably say 90% of them are local, but then some have got family and friends who've come down and people volunteer, yeah.
The mood is great at the beach hop, and just about everyone we spoke to commented on how they enjoyed their beach hop experience.
Oh, it's just all the good feeling around all the people that come here, and everybody's here to have a good time.
That's just the cars and the height. It's all good, really good.
Oh, just the whole atmosphere here is just brilliant. The cruises at night, they're a little bit slow, but you got to keep an eye on the water temperatures, but they seem to be good. But just the atmosphere is just huge. And the people, the behaviour's pretty good. And the crowd's good. People are good. People love it, and that's what it's all for. So it's really good.
Just people and other riders and all that, fantastic. Yeah, this is my 11th year.
Is this the party car?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right out to pick everybody else.
So was this some kind of addiction?
This is an addiction. It's like drinking beer. You have to have it. It's absolutely amazing. And just the people, how friendly everyone is and coming up to you and talking to you, and it's just blows my mind. And it's just a smile on people's faces. I took some people for a ride yesterday in the car and I didn't even know them, and they were just blown away. to get to go in a nice car, you know.
In a lot of cases, it was a generational tradition. Just look at these young ladies.
Well, we're the older ones. That's right. We're the mothers. This is the daughters.
Celebrating beach hop and 50s and 60s, which none of us were born in, by the way. No, not at all. We're just making it.
The addictive nature of the beach hop continued to reveal itself.
I just seen happy people and coming to our beautiful little town and the wonderful community spirit that we got here. I'm a hot rod kind of guy, so I want to try and get more and more people into our kind of culture and lifestyle, so they come here, and we hear it this all the time. They come here, they see a car, they fall in love, they want to participate. Next year they go and buy a car and they're part of the team.
This is a 1948 Ford. It's a cab over engine version.
A 1935 Ford sedan. I've had it for 27 years.
Model A pickup.
1931.
Yeah.
Thunderbird, 62 Thunderbird.
Ford T-Bird 66. 62 Ford Fairlane.
And restore yourself?
Yeah, mate, yeah. Did little bits and pieces with hand help from the wife and friends. Yeah, and the bank.
One of the original members of the Beach Hop, Bill Fryer, filled us in on the early days.
I'm one of the original ones, because we started this off, well, it's going 12 years ago now, when we came here on a Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning, had a bit of display, and left 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That was the original one, that was called the Festival. After that, grew and grew and grew, and 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, now it's 5 days. You know, and it's just brilliant, you know.
He also filled us in on his favourite, which were tea buckets.
Hand-built carriage 31 years ago. As we did in the early days with the Project T that came out, we all sort of got together at school and started building them. Some of us left and did apprenticeships, couldn't afford it, put them in the sheds, did the time, came out, a bit more money, so we built them. And it's what the results are today. From a lot of them, it's actually sort of passed them on and carried on sort of further ahead. Yeah. It actually originated from a 1927 Model T. And a couple of guys got together and they were playing around with it, and they thought, well, the bodies were actually going to get limited, so they actually made a fiberglass mould of one. So they just made fiberglass bodies of them and just ship them out, and they just keep going and keep going. And that's the way it originated from. And of course with the Project T, it's just box section chassis. Most people can tack them together at home. They go through the certification system and go through a certifier, they build them up on the wall, you know.
There was a strong contingent from Christchurch as well.
We're from Christchurch, so we're doing a 2-week tour around here and taking the nostalgia drags after this event, and part of the Coromandel, hot water beach and all that. So there's about 10 cars from Christchurch, and we're having a ball. We were lucky enough to get a free pass last year. We'd never been to the beach hop before, but they invited 3 couples from Christchurch who had been earthquake affected to come up for the beach hop. So we flew up and they gave us a car, accommodation, free entry. And based on that, we told a bunch of friends, and now there's like 80 cars from the South Island turned up. So.
The main highlight of the beach hop had to be the parade, and having a good vantage point is everything at the parade. When you've been doing it for a few years, you know exactly where to be.
We come down every year to the beach hop. We wouldn't miss it. We like to get in the front row so we can see what's going on. Well, I love the Mustangs. I think they're really nice. So,
and the Chevs.
I have a son-in-law with the Chevs, so we do like the Chevs. We like anything. For our age, we enjoy it. Every day's a bonus when you get to your 70s.
If you've got a camera, you can get a vantage point from anywhere, it seems. It's great seeing our region represented.
Ems, just over the hill.
Rotorua.
Whangamatas. We're locals. Yeah, we're local surfers. This is the best beach hop and the best weather, the best people. It's just fabulous. Yeah.
What are you driving here, mate?
37 Chevy sedan.
And do you restore it yourself?
Me and my family, yeah.
1964 Buick Skylark.
'37 Chevy with a 350 fuel injected brake.
And is this original state?
Pretty much, yep. Yep. Apart from the wheels and the engine and that, yep. 1927 Essex truck with a 403 olds in it.
Work in progress?
She's done, mate, she's done.
All done?
Yeah, cool, eh? 1939 Chev Coupe.
Dad's car.
No, it's our mates. Our mates? Yeah, our mates.
A 1946 Ford Mercury Deluxe. It's a V8.
49 Chev.
And you restored it yourself?
No, bought it as is.
Not long after the rock and rollers had finished, the parading of all the vehicles began. It went on and on. And on. There were so many awesome cars, from classic, muscles, modified, hot rods, low riders and more. Oh, and more Aucklanders. But not these guys. Where did you say you came from?
South Australia, Adelaide. And my mate behind with the woody wagon, we both brought the cars across. They took 9 days to get here, and we picked them up in Auckland on Monday. And we've done the week of the cruising up and down. It's been great. Yeah.
And first time here?
No, came over last year, thought we need to bring a car, and because we felt like we weren't part of it. So here we are.
And still more cars came. The organisers expected at least 1,200 vehicles, so it wasn't surprising when we were asked to stop holding up the traffic with our interviews, as there were still 700 cars to be paraded. So this year, would this be the most cars that you've seen here?
I think so, yeah. I think definitely. You could tell we down here on Waihi on Wednesday, and it's the biggest Wednesday they've had. It was just massive, so they started coming in then. So yeah, I'd say it's the biggest, definitely.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much bigger it'll get, but it's the biggest turnout apparently ever. This year, about 1,100 cars on one of the runs, Tairua to Tairua on Thursday. So, hell, where it's going to go. Yeah, no, it's awesome, mate.
At the end of their 4-hour parade, everyone was still smiling and were either talking, eating or enjoying one of the many stages that had been set up with live music. One of the sponsors, Larry Barnett of Classic Cover Insurance, felt privileged to be part of the event.
For the event, I think this is the biggest and best ever. I mean, last year we got the rain, but this year it's just been stunning. Honeymoon yesterday, got to be over 1,000 cars there, I would think. Just awesome, awesome event. The hobby, the whole lifestyle is growing. I mean, look at Beach Hop, it's just got bigger and bigger every year. And events, we could be at an event probably 3 times a weekend if we could keep up with it. There's events going on all around the country the whole time. Stunning.
The winners at the end of the day had to be the small community of Whangamatas, who all agree that the event is a good thing for their town.
Oh, it's brilliant because it brings so many people in that have never been here before. It does the town good before we go into a relax for winter, and just generally creates a really good atmosphere around the place. Yes, so really, really good.
Not just Whangamatas, you know, people are staying as far away as Thames. We take the beach hop to Waihi on Wednesday and Tairua on Thursday and Honeymoon Beach. So it's not just this area, it's not our little town, but for our little town it does a number of things. It's obviously some good income coming in just before winter, after the summer season, media exposure, so people come to here, they see it on TV and they say, oh, it's a beautiful place, and you know, people do come to the event and they fall in love with the place and they buy a holiday home or they move here, which is great.
It's brilliant, the town loves it. You know, bring them up between $9 and $10 million, so why wouldn't you have it? You know? And controlling. Wow. Just got to look around. How many police do you see in this sort of environment? It's awesome, eh? They're bringing little kids along, no worries at all, families. You know, grandma and grandpa come along and see it. You know, talking about what they used to do in those days. So, no, it's awesome. It's good, eh? So it's a good weekend.
So if you haven't been to a beach hop, make sure you get there next year.